Good morning, everybody. How are you today? Well, it is Wednesday. It's hump day. Um, I will say I do not have hump day memes today, though. So I have, I can't remember what memes I have today. We'll be surprised together, won't we? Well, I got to do a little bit of housekeeping here, real quick. I got to like myself, so I'm going to hit that like button. And if you haven't liked, on YouTube yet, I'd appreciate it if you would. Well, I see that I just saw in chat that Cardi said that they will not be able to see the rest of the stream. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I'm glad that you stopped by to give me a like and to say hello. Well, you have a great morning. Or afternoon. I'm not really. I need to figure out time zones. Anyway, you guys have a great rest of your day, and thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate that a lot. Well, let me get my housekeeping done. I wanted to catch you before you left. So like the stream, and I need to share it on Twitter real quick to let people know that I'm live. So here we go. I am live! Exclamation point. And we will post this. So excellent. Okay, I think I have everything done that I need to do that way. So I'm going to just sit here. I'm trying not to say that word, say when I'm trying to think of what to say. You know, you just don't like it being quiet. So you make a noise. I'm going to try not to do that. We'll see. We'll see if it works. So today is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Yesterday was a rough day for me because I did a stream on Monday night and I built Wally from a Lego set and it took me 5.5 hours um, on the stream. So I started at 8 o'clock. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I didn't get done till 1:30. So I didn't get to bed till around 2:30. So getting up on yesterday, to, to be positive, whew, that was hard. I was so tired. So I think I might change my Monday stream to a little earlier. We'll see. We'll see about that. But today is Wednesday. It's halfway through the work week if you work Monday through Friday. For some people that I know, it's their Friday. I mean, it's their Sunday, so they'll be going back to work tomorrow. Uh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. But today is Hump Day. I am going to check out the chat real quick here and see who is here and say hello to everybody. Uh, First off, I say hello to Glenda Sherman. Hey, Glenda, how are you? Thank you for stopping by. I know you have work. You start work when I start my stream, so you can't really listen to it. But I'm so glad you stopped by to support the channel. Thank you so much. And Cardi said hello. Well, I'd say hello to Cardi, but Cardi had to leave to get on with their day. But thank you for stopping by. I appreciate that so much. And Dadman Walking is here. Hello, Dadman. Thank you. You weren't the first one today. You were actually number 3. You came in thirst, as we remember the one meme we did with you only had one job and they couldn't even get the medal right. But I'm glad you're here. I know that you'll be lurking because you've got a meeting, but I thank you for stopping, uh, coming into the channel and supporting me. I appreciate that a lot. And Masters Maniac Mexico, good morning to you. I'm so glad you're here this morning. That's really, it just makes me happy when I see people that, that um, or become kind of like regulars. I feel like I have like a coffee shop, and and I know that in the morning I have my regulars that are going to come in and say hello, and I so appreciate that. That just makes me very, very happy. It just energizes me. And Cardi said they spawned in to say hi. Thank you very much for that. Let's see what other ones do we have. Oh, we have someone who's Angelo. Hey, Angelo, good morning to you. Good morning. I'm so glad you're here. You're going to chill and sleep since you accidentally stayed up. Well, thank you for listening. And I hope my voice doesn't jar you and keep you awake. So I'm glad you're here. Uh, let's see, we have some hellos back and forth to Angelo, from Masters, and to Masters from Angelo, and from to Angelo from Atwood, and from Angelo to Atwood. And yeah, yes, yeah, thirst, the dad man, exactly. And then we have B from O. Hi, B from O. I think this is the first time you were here. Are here. Thank you for stopping by. Well, and I appreciate it so much. Yeah, this is our channel. I do every morning. I just wanted to do some positivity um, in the morning so that we can try to start our day off right. There's just so much stuff there that's dis- just so discouraging, and I just wanted to have some positivity. So I'm so glad you're here today. Oh, yes, ma'am. You have your own little mug club. Oh, I like that. My mug club. If I ever do merchandise, I'll have to make something uh, for this show and have your coffee mug. That would be really neat. Oh, I'm so glad you got a notification this morning. I've been doing some tweets, and I need to ask. I need to ask. I I try to do reminder tweets. Like I'll do one at 8 a.m. Eastern time, an hour out before the show. And then I was doing some in between. I did like a 30-minute, a 50-minute, and a 5 minute. Is that too much? Does that get annoying? I started thinking about that today, that might be annoying, doing so many tweets for a show. Uh, let me know what you guys think, because I mean I could cut it down. I wouldn't mind. It would be easier if I cut it down, but is it effective, or is it just annoying? Because I don't want to be annoying. I don't want you to go, yeah, it would be very positive if my tweets for my uh, daily dose of positivity annoys you. So yes, let me know if they're annoying, or if they seem to be effective. So let's see what we have here. I have 57 subscribers now on YouTube. Thank you all so much. I don't always see who they are, um, but I appreciate every single one of you that have subscribed. And on Twitch, I've gained a follower. I have 35 followers. Oh, someone just followed me yesterday. Uh, Neo Safrino Sef, Sephiroth Sephiroth Val. Cool. I'm so sorry. I probably butchered that, but thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. So five more. My goal is I really want to get 50 followers on. Um, okay, you don't have Twitter. Like, oh, so you just got the notification from YouTube. Okay, well that works. Well, so then I'm not annoying you on Twitter. So YouTube is sending out the notifications. Excellent, excellent. That that's good, because sometimes YouTube is silly and doesn't want to work. But so I have 35 followers on Twitch. My brain and my mouth are not cooperating today. I have 35 followers on Twitch, and my goal is to get 50. And I really would like to get 50, in a week, by next week. Um, but that if that doesn't happen, my goal is 40. So I would like to get 5 more followers on Twitch this week. Ideally, I'd like to get 15. So we'll see. I'm trying to make my goals realistic. I know that they say you should have big goals and you'll reach them, but I also don't want to get too disappointed because I know that this is hard. I've had my initial influx of people I know that have joined and things like that. Now it's people coming from the outside really that are joining, and so it's going to slow down a little bit, but I'm so excited and I appreciate everyone that comes and follows or likes my channels. I appreciate that so much. So Neo is a brick set designer from Germany. I called you out yesterday, but today is the biggie. I will try to bring you as close to 50 as I can. Well, thank you so much, Masters. I appreciate that. That is so exciting. I'm kind of expanding out with the building, the brick building uh, that I'm doing, meeting some new people, and that's so exciting. I need to get where I can watch more videos. I do understand now. I mean, I'm small, and I'm not as busy as some of these creators. And I understand how it's hard to go see other channels. I'm busy trying to kind of catch up on this stream because I do all my own slides and all my own research. So I'm doing that during the day, and and it takes time. And so to sit here and to try to watch other channels, I'm gonna work on doing that because there's some really cool um, designers out there and things that I would love to see. Neo officially designs all the train stuff for a certain Danish company and for some others. He is a real brick crack, ma'am. Thought it would be fun for you to have him on your stream. Oh, that would be very interesting. Yes, cool. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So it's 13 minutes past the hour. Oh, I got to tell you something. This is so funny. While I was sitting here right before the show starts, I have a 30-second countdown. And I thought, you know, when I do that 30-second countdown, my show doesn't officially start at 9 a.m. It starts at 0 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm actually 30 seconds late every time I start my stream. And so my little OCD went, why don't we start the countdown at 30 seconds to 9 o'clock? And then I officially start at 9 o'clock. That's how my brain works. So we might be 30 seconds earlier tomorrow. We'll see. It's just a silly thing. It's just a silly thing that I do. Yes. Um, Channel hopping will help your subs. I know that. I know that. And I'm going to work on doing that. I have got to get caught up um, on some of my, like I say, by shows. I'm working to try to get like 3 or 4 days ahead, and then I don't have to worry so much. I'm gonna start looking for that. I know that because you know I don't like doing the I support you support, but you people will learn who you are, and I will get to meet new people and stuff, and I think that would be so exciting to do. Um, so, yes, it's now 15 minutes past the hour, and we're going to start uh, with our first segment, which is our birthdays. So, here we go. Happy birthday. And our first birthday today is Johnny Lee Miller. He's 50 years old. He was born in England. I like Johnny Lee Miller. I first saw him on the TV show. Um, Elementary. But he's also been in the movies Trainspotting and Hackers, which were released in the 1990s. I loved, I loved Elementary. I thought it was a great take on the Sherlock Holmes genre. I love watching anything Sherlock Holmes. I will say I even like watching the bad stuff of that's Sherlock Holmes. So yes, Johnny Lee Miller, 50 years old, and punctuality isn't crazy at all. The entire German and English culture is built on being on time. 30 seconds count. This is so funny. Uh, I feel if I have a doctor's appointment or any appointment, let's say it's at 2 o'clock. If I'm not there at 1:45, I start getting nervous and feeling I'm going to be late. Dadman's like, "Oh yeah, we got time, we will get there at 1:59 and we'll be fine." And it's so funny that we're opposites on that. I if I say if I'm not there 15 minutes early, I'm late. So, uh yeah, that 30-second thing is like it kind of gets on my nerves a little bit, and I'm thinking, I might have to just start at the 30-second count just if even nobody notices it, just to make me feel better. Yeah, my little OCD heart there um is was activated. But yes. So our next one is Randy Savage. Randy Savage was a wrestler. He was also known as Macho Man Randy Savage. He was in the World Wrestling Federation and the World Championship Wrestling fights in the 80s and the 90s. This interesting thing, before he became a wrestler, he was signed by the St. Louis Cardinals in the Major League Baseball out of high school. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. So he was, let's see, I'm going to do math. See, I'm going to do math. He was, let's see, 58 years old when he passed away, I believe. Whoops, I got to sneeze. Excuse me, I couldn't get to my mute in time. Uh, if I'm early, I'm on time. If I'm on time, I feel late, and if I'm late, I'm panicking. Absolutely. I, that's how I feel. And it's it's real. That panic when that 15 minute till the time hits, I start getting I start getting nervous, and my stomach I start fretting that I'm going to be late. I worry at every stoplight. I'm just oh, it's awful. So I strive to be 15 minutes early to anywhere that I go. My grandpa once told me time is the only thing you really own, and that you decide what and who to spend with. No one has the right to decide about my time by being unpunctual. Yes, that's another thing that I get so irritated with when I go to this is supposed to be positive, and here I am. But when I go to I'm going to say when I go to a doctor's office and um everything is behind. It's like you get there on time. I get there 15 minutes early, and so I'm waiting. And then it's like 30 to 40 minutes later, and you get into your doctor's appointment. It's like, what's going on? And I know that there are emergencies and things like that. But sometimes I think it's just because patients come in late. And then it just pushes it back. But oh well, it is what it is. So yeah, that the baseball player, I didn't either. I thought that's really kind of cool. That is really kind of cool. So, well, all the fun, interesting facts you learn here on. and was one of the greatest wrestlers ever. What a tragedy. I I used to watch wrestling a lot, and I don't anymore. The spectacle of it. It was just so. I mean, they're really getting hurt out there, but you also know that it's a performance, but it's good. I really enjoyed wrestling. I will admit that it was one of my pleasures. Though it's kind of hard to see and and find, but yes, I'm not sure what he died from. It didn't say so, and I didn't research it. So our next one is Georgia O'Keeffe. She is a modern modernist artist who is best known for her paintings of flowers and western landscapes. One of her paintings was called Summer Days. She was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 1977 by President Gerald R. Ford and the National Medal of Arts in 1985. She was born in I love where she was born, Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. And to let you know, I get my birthday lists and information from a site called famousbirthdays.com, so that you can, if you want to go look some more and find out other people that were born today, you can. But that's the site that I use to get most of my information was. Yep, exactly, Masters. His whole career was kind of tainted, though. Wasn't he really rough on his wife manager, Elizabeth? I don't know. I don't know if he was or not. But unfortunately, sometimes uh, in uh, in people's personas or their jobs kind of bleed over into their personal life, and it's sad and it's terrible that that happens. And we shouldn't want that, but we have the lucha libre here, wrestling everywhere on a daily basis. I would love, I would love to see some of that. I think that would be fun. And yes, another bad chapter in Randy's career. Yes, it's sad sometimes when people that you like, and you find out the bad stuff. Or that there is bad stuff. It's not that whether you find out about it or not, it's horrible. But yeah, it's sad when you find out the bad stuff. So our next person is Kevin Eubanks. He's a guitarist, and he was born in Philadelphia. He's 65 years old, and I remember Kevin Eubanks as the band leader for the Tonight Show when Jay Leno was hosting it. But what I did not know, that before he was a guitarist, he was a violinist and a trumpeter. I thought that's very interesting. And he is a jazz guitarist and a composer, and he has been featured on more than 100 albums. Happy birthday, Mr. Eubanks. And now I don't know if anybody would know just Judge Joseph Warpner, unless I don't think he was around. He did a show called The People's Court, and it was where he is a real judge. He's not a TV judge, but people would come with like their civil cases and present them to him on the show, and then he would make a judgment. And he was very, very popular. A lot of wisdom that he gave. Just it was really an enjoyable show. And then he was replaced by Judge Judy, I believe. And I don't know her last name. I just know her as Judge Judy. They were known for giving out a lot of practical advice and wisdom. But it was a really good show. I enjoyed it. Some of the cases were silly, uh, but that was okay. And he served in the United States Army in World War II, and he earned the Purple Heart and the Bronze Star. Wow. Happy birthday, Judge Wapner. And then the next person we have is, yeah, wait, yes, exactly. I wish these comments, they come in after and it's like, let's get it here. Uh, wait. Here, this is the one. Mid-morning TV was not complete without Judge Wapner. Exactly. The judge, I know him. I still like to watch some recaps on the tube. It was heartwarming how he tried to treat his cases. Yes, he wasn't mean to him. There was a lot of humanity. There's this one judge that I don't know if they do it on YouTube or not, but they kind of they show the cases, and he reminded me a lot of Judge Wapner. Very compassionate uh, individual. He didn't use his his position um, to wield power. He was a very compassionate individual. So our next person is William Herschel, and he was born in Hanover, Germany. He's an astronomer. He was a astronomer and a composer. Okay, he discovered infrared radiation. He discovered the planet Uranus and two of its major moons, Titania and Oberon. And he's also known for the 24 symphonies that he composed. So, a very well rounded individual. And he played four instruments. I don't know what four he played. I'm assuming one of them was probably the piano. Probably the piano, the violin, and I'm not sure what else. Be interesting to find out. But yes, an astronomer and composer. Not that many. So his name is Wilhelm, or they put William. Did I get it incorrect? Did they get it incorrect? You know us. We have to Americanize everything, unfortunately. Oh, goodness gracious. So, our last birthday is Ray McKinnon. He's 65 years old and he's a TV actor. He was born in Georgia. Sometimes it's hard for me to do these birthdays because I don't remember I don't know I don't remember names of actors usually. Um and I have to like look at them and see what they've done and go, oh yeah. Well, this person is people might know him if they watch Sons of Anarchy or Deadwood. He played the roles of Link Potter and Reverend H.W. Smith, respectively, in those shows. He's also known for directing, writing, producing, and acting. He's played opposite Billy Bob Thornton in the 2004 feature film Crystal. And he also played the Coach Cotton in the sports drama The Blind Side. So he has been around and done a lot of stuff. You would know him from if you watch Sons of Anarchy or Deadwood. Happy birthday, Mr. McKenna, 65 years old today. So Wilhelm, 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 Wilhelm. Okay, that man's meeting, so he's going to be incognito for a bit. And B from O says hello to Dad Man. So those are our birthdays today. Um, so happy birthday to y'all. And if you're out there watching this on today or next year on this day, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. So um, do you hate it when you start a sentence and then your brain starts buffering? I need to put a sign up here that goes buffering. But happy birthday if today is your birthday. So it's Wednesday. Wednesdays are just interesting days because, like I say, if you work Monday through Friday, it's kind of the middle of the week. It's not the early part of the week where you can, lament that the weekend's over, but it's not close enough to the weekend where you can be happy and start getting excited that your weekend's going to start. It's just kind of there in the middle. And so, to help make this day a little happier, I found some funny business signs. And the first one we're going to start with, it just cracked me up when I saw it. So here is our first one. It's the stool bus. That is they clean out porta potties and probably um, drain fields and things like that. I love that. Uh, so funny. Instead of school bus, it's the stool bus. I'm, I'm sorry. That just tickles me. Oh well. Oh goodness. And our next sign, frying Nemo for a fish and chip shop. Yes, they all have. I see your. My comment. I see the comment on YouTube, and it doesn't pop up till later on StreamYards. But yes, that was yes a great sense of humor. Stool bus. Yes, and I bet you they got a lot of inquiries over that. Um, so yes, frying Nemo. This. I bet you this would traumatize children. Honey, we're gonna go get some fish. We're going to frying Nemo. I don't know as a kid I'd want to eat there, but it is a genius name. I'll just let you guys read that one. I love that. The Titanic. I wonder if they did that on purpose. The Frying Nemo is yes. But I still think it would traumatize a kid that watched Nemo. I think it's hilarious. I love it. I would name my business that um, in a minute. In a minute, I would do that. I think it's hilarious. But I wonder if this is was done on purpose. But I love that name. But would you really want to go somewhere that is named after a ship that sunk and killed lots of people? I would go because I just like the name. Where do you want to go? I don't care, bar and grill. So next time someone asks you, whoops, I left something down there. Oh, oh well, where do I want to go? You say, I don't care. This is where you're going to go. I don't think they did that one on purpose either. I because it has right here. It looks like a little. I think I think it means something in Thai, but I don't know. And you would go to Frying Nemo's and order the seafood platter. I would too. I would too. I love fish and chips. I love fish and chips. I would there. But yes, you're getting a little preview of what the next one is there. I messed up on my screen. But they go to the I don't care bar and grill. That is one thing that drives Dad Man absolutely crazy when he's like, "Where do you want to go eat?" And I go, "I don't care." And then he goes, how about Mexican? How about La Napolera? And I'm like, oh yeah, no, I don't really feel like Mexican. He goes, but where? And then he's like, where do you want to go? I says, oh, I don't care. And he, well, how about uh, Sushi Walk? No, I don't really feel like sushi. Well, where do you want to go? I don't care. And it's like becomes this thing. And so finally, whenever now I ask, it's like, um, yes, we've had that discussion before about where to eat, but it is a loaded question. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, so now I try to say, where do you want when I'm asked where do you want to eat? I said, well, anywhere but I really don't feel like Mexican or I really don't feel like burgers or whatever. So I try to clarify it to to narrow it down a little bit because yeah, I don't care means you can go anywhere, but that's not the case for me at all. So if we had that restaurant here, we could actually go there. It would be almost like the who's on first thing. And I think this is our last one. Let me check. Yeah. So our very last restaurant, which I love it, is Lord of the Fries. I think they're very arrogant to think that they are the king of fries. They better be really good. That's all I have to say. If you're going to name yourself Lord of the Fries, they darn well better be good, good fries. That's all I'm saying. I'm kind of looking at the YouTube on my phone because the chat is ahead on YouTube, so that I can try to get some of these quotes. I don't know which one it is because I think it's Lord of the Flies. That's what I think. Yeah, which is a very interesting book. But I think it's Lord of the Flies is the one it's based on because flies, fries, it makes sense. But if you know what the movie Lord of the Flies is about, very interesting. Yeah, if I associated this store with Lord of the Flies, I don't think I'd go there because it just was a disastrous attempt of. Um, yes, it was a very successful movie in the 80s, and I read the book also. I don't think we had to read it. It might have been on a list of. We had to do book reports, and we were given a list of books we could choose from, and I think that was on there, and I think I picked that one um, to read because I picked books like that, and it was very. It was an interesting book. It was a very interesting book. So anyway, Lord of the Fries. I hope they're good fries. I hope they're good fries. So last weekend, we went and saw a couple movies, and that was fun. And one of them was Five Nights at Freddy. Now it's based on a video game, which is really I went and saw it because my youngest wanted me to go, and um I didn't know if it was going to be a kind of a gory kind of movie. And but it was rated PG-13, so I figured it wouldn't be that bad. And it wasn't, but it had a lot of jump scares in it. If it isn't a bad movie, it's a movie I would recommend it to go see if you know anything about the video game it's related to. It's a really good movie. So no, it was not. It was not fried flies. It was fried fries. I have a five nights action figure collection, all Mexican bootleg. So you know about Five Nights at Freddy. Have you do you play have you ever played the video game? I've not played it, but I've watched people play it, and it is so, for as simplistic as the game really is, it is very intense and a lot of jump scares. I could see why kids, younger kids liked it. When I say younger, I don't mean like, well, maybe younger, but 7, 8, but tweens and teens liked it. Um, wow, you even attended a live role play on Halloween here. That's so cool. That is so cool. Oh, I'd love to see some pictures of that. I bet you that was fun. But the game is really intense, and it's so fun to watch some gamers playing it and them just really losing their mind, and you think that they're going to have a stroke. They get so intense, and watching it, and even me watching it, it gets really intense. But it's a good movie. If you have a chance to watch it, I would go watch it. I would recommend that movie. I would not recommend the other movie. We did go see it, and it was okay, but I will never ever watch it again. And if you don't have any inclination toward it, I wouldn't go see it. Out of the two movies, I'd recommend Five Nights at Freddy. And the other movie we went and saw was The Marvels. So, but it was there. I enjoyed watching Prince Yan, who is an actor that I really enjoy in some South Korean dramas and movies that I watched. But I was sad that he was reduced to do what he had to do in that movie. But anyway, go see Five Nights at Freddy while it's still out. It's a good movie. I'd recommend it at all. I would recommend it totally. That's the words I meant. Okay, so it is 42 minutes past the hour. We have 8 people watching. I have 8 likes. Thank you. I have 35 followers on Twitch, and I have 57 subscribers on YouTube. My goal is to get to 60 subscribers by next Monday, which would be a week. So we're going to see if we can get those 3 on YouTube. I'd like to get 5 more on Twitch. I'm gonna work really hard to try to do that this week. So yes, thank you, and thank you all who have supported me in that. Now it's time to see what to celebrate. So what are we going to celebrate today? Well, our first celebration, I need to move the thing over to the light so I can actually read, is National Raisin Bran Cereal Day. And I get all my celebration things from a website called Days of the Year. And I plug in the day and they tell me what's celebrated today. So our first one is National Raisin Bran Cereal Day. Yes, there is a day just for Raisin Bran cereal. Yes, a prince on a singing planet. I don't know what kind of drugs they had the writers on, but it was heavy duty. Yeah, that was just too silly for me. It was too silly for me, and was too good of an actor, too good of an actor to be reduced to that. Um, it made me sad. That did make me a little sad because I mean he played in a on a TV a South Korean drama called Kill Me Heal Me, and he played a a man who had 7 other personalities, and he played them all throughout the movie, and some were serious and some were silly, but his range, they were amazing. And it was And then he got reduced to this on an American movie, and it made me sad. It made me sad. I can see about the singing prince, but you got to have a little fun somehow. It just was silly. It just was silly. That was it just it was silly. But I agree. It kind of made me sad a little bit. So anyway, Nash and Raisin Bran cereal. It made me go back and think about watching his show again, just so I could get the positive side of him back. So National Raisin Bran Cereal Day. I will say that for the last time. Okay, so bran cereal is a good source of fiber, and then when you add the raisins, it helps create a little sweetness that helps you kind of tolerate that bran cereal if you have to eat it. But many people don't realize that this day is dedicated just to that. Well, a lot of times I don't know in other countries, but in our country, when I think of Raisin Bran, I think of Kellogg's Raisin Bran or General Mills. I usually think of Kellogg's, but that was not actually where the cereal started. There was a lot of kind of drama in this in the Raisin Bran cereal um, story. It was actually made during the 1920s by Skinner's. Skinner sued both, and then Kellogg's and General Mills went, "Oh wow, that's a good idea. I think I'm going to take it." So they made their own Raisin Bran. Well, Skinner sued both of the companies when they rebranded it with their own logos. They Skinner's originally had a monopoly on the cereal, but as the two companies kind of scooted in over the next 20 years, the arguments raged over which small grocery stores would stock what cereals for consumers to purchase. In 1944, it went up to the Supreme Court. Yes, the Raisin Bran saga went to the Supreme Court, and they labeled that the word Raisin Bran is a description of the ingredients and cannot be trademarked to a specific company. So that's why you have all the different cereals called Raisin Bran. You only have one Captain Crunch, but you have all these companies that have Raisin Bran because there's no trademark on it. So that is the story of Raisin Bran. And the Raisin Bran, I do not know why. I guess they just have Raisin Bran Day to acknowledge the history of the Raisin Bran and to increase the popularity of the cereal. You can celebrate it by eating Raisin Bran if you so desire, or you can make baked goods with Raisin Bran. You can make no bake Raisin Bran breakfast bars or Raisin Bran cereal cinnamon rolls. Very interesting. Raisin Bran cereal scones. Go think of that. So share your love for Raisin Bran today on Raisin Bran Cereal Day. So, oh, at least it wasn't using a Prince song to start a kids movie like Happy Feet. Ma'am, when is singing Princesses funny? Yeah, it was sad. It was sad. Oh, I'm going to have to turn my fan on. I'm getting a little warm. I got some lights on in here. So if that fan gets bothersome, let me know and I will turn it off. Our next day is National Clean Out Your Refrigerator Day. Your refrigerator is probably your most used appliance in your kitchen, but it's also the one you probably don't think about that often unless it breaks down or you start getting a funny smell when you open the door. Well, before you get that funny smell, let's clean out that refrigerator. And that's what this day is about. It's basically reminding you to at least once a year give your refrigerator a good clean. And that means taking everything. Whoops. Wait, we got a cereal one here. I'm going to hit this one. Some of my favorite odd type cereals is Honey Nut Cheerios, O's, and Honey Bunches of Oats. You know, I used to eat cereal, and they don't. I I liked I even as a kid I liked old people, what I called old people cereal, and they don't make it anymore. They used to make the shredded wheat biscuits, and they were like rectangular wheat and like wrapped up into this thing, and I would soak it in warm water and then squeeze the water out, put it in a bowl, put some milk, put a little bit of brown sugar. And I love that. I loved, and grape nuts. I do like grape nuts. And those are such old people foods. But I loved them as a kid. They were so good. And Atwood chimes in Fruity Pebbles. Fruity Pebbles. You know, I will say I like the off brand of Fruity Pebbles because it's not as sweet. I like sometimes some of the generic brands of the cereals because they don't put as much sugar in them. So, yes. So, while you're eating your cereal, think about cleaning out your refrigerator today. You should do a good deep clean at least once a year, probably more often than that. But you need to, take everything out. Uh, Anything that's expired or smells or has stuff growing on it needs to go away. Clean it down, and you don't have to turn your refrigerator off to do this. Clean it all down. When you put your stuff back in, check your bottles, clean off your bottles because sometimes you get sticky stuff all on them. Rearrange your fridge, and then you have a nice clean fridge where you can find what foods you have and everything. You should at least do this once a year, probably a little more than that. I try to at least on once a month on our garbage day. I like to try to go through the refrigerator and go, okay, this is nasty, this is bad. Oh wait, we forgot about those leftovers that got way in the back of the fridge, and throw them out. Um, just to kind of keep it as clean as I can. Oh, okay. Is it fridge day again? That's why I hear voices coming from inside. Maybe the tomato salsa already learned who to speak. I wonder when it will learn how to walk. Well, when it's, yes, yes, I have had salsa that I had opened and I put in the refrigerator and I forgot I had it. And yeah, it can be very interesting when you open it up a little later. So go in there and spend a couple hours cleaning out your fridge really good. It's not that difficult. I have a freezer that is it's not frost free, so I have to actually defrost it myself. And I really should do that about once a month, but sometimes I get lazy and I don't. And then I literally have to chip off the ice on sometimes to get the stuff because the ice is built up so much. So be proactive, get it done so you don't get those horrible smells in your refrigerator or your freezer. I should probably throw away those 22-week old Papa John. Yes, throw them away. They need to go bye bye. Our next day is I Love to Write Day. Well, I will say that this is not a day for me because I'm not that creative writing. But this is what this day for is to encourage writing. Uh just to start writing, whether it be a short poem, a letter to someone, but just to write. And the aim of this is to get people to sit down and put something on paper or on a computer, however short and in whatever style, kickstarting their writing and giving them confidence through being part of a global movement. Well, you can type it. It's not the act of writing on paper. It's writing your ideas down. But yeah, you can type it, write it, um, dictate it into a on your phone. There's just any way to do it, just to get the creative juices flowing, and just maybe you find out that you have a knack for writing and putting um, words on paper in a inspirational or emotional way. It's about storytelling. Some people are good at telling stories. My kids were wonderful storytellers. They would write plays, and we'd have dinner theater, and it was so fun. So get reach down and try to find that little creative spark that's inside of you, and write today, because today's I love to write day. And oh, we're back to the refrigerators. The worst thing I ever encountered in a fridge was a Master Wong soja salsa that was off for 21 years. I found it cleaning out my apartment. 21 years. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. That is, oh wow. That would be a little scary. That would be a little scary. I know that there are some foods that can last a while. 21 years is just frightening. When we did a cleaned a family member's house after they had passed, it's interesting what they held on to, and I think some of that was because they went through the depression and they were afraid to throw away anything. And so some of the foods that we found in there, and was it was just like that. Oh my gosh, this is 50 years old. Maybe we should throw away this seasoning or whatever. It it was crazy. Yes. Well, there's a typing day too. Well, we'll have to celebrate that when it comes around. So, write today, use your creativity, use your imagination, and tell a story, whether it be in a poem, a short story, or if you're typing a novel that you've been working at for a while, get back on it and continue to write it. Our next day is National Philanthropy Day. I like that word, philanthropy. It kind of, you have to work your tongue around it. And I love being philanthropic. I love that word. And being philanthropic is a good thing to do. So just instead of just saying it, um, it's to celebrate and promote giving in all its forms. It could be giving your time, giving your your skills, your um, resources. But it started to praise and encourage kindness wherever it occurs. It's to raise the importance of philanthropy, and also to encourage those that don't uh, participate to get involved in volunteer or charity work. There's so much stuff out there, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to, devote your whole life to it. You can devote a day or half a day if that's all you have. I know people are busy, uh, but I think volunteering and doing charity work are very, very important to do. And I love this. Nobody has to be a philanthropist, but many choose to be and make a world of difference in the world. So even though you don't have to be a philanthropist, let's try to choose to be a philanthropist today. And President Ronald Reagan was the first world leader to declare an official National Philanthropy Day to celebrate the love of humankind. Every year since then, communities across the globe have celebrated by hosting events to recognize activities of donors, volunteers, foundations, leaders, corporations, and others engaged in philanthropy. How can you celebrate Philanthropy Day? Find something that you have a passion for and volunteer. It's that simple. It's that simple, but it's that hard. Um, so let's see. Write a story today and type it up on typing day. Perfect. You're getting it. You're getting it, Atwood. Give your secretary the double amount of work than usual and let her know it's because of typing day. But it's not typing day yet, so don't do that to your secretary. We have Stunning and Brave Megaton here. Hello, hello. Glad you can make it. So we're going to go to our next day, which is National Recycling Day. I think recycling is very important. It helps reduce the stuff that's in the the landfills. All I could think of was landscape, and I'm going, that's not right. The word helps reduce our landfills, and the stuff gets reused. I really like reusing things or upcycling things. I do that with my clothes. I do that with stuff around here. I find something and I find another use for it. So I really get nervous whenever I give something away because I'm like, oh, I might be able to need it the next day. Whoops, sorry. That was a hello. How to celebrate Philanthropy Day. Get rid of all your useless money and give it to a poor Mexican. Me. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That is so funny. Uh, the humor that we have that over here. So, National Recycling Day. So, yes, it will help make our landfills less filled, and that stuff can be reused to make something else. So, National Recycling Day was originally started in 1997 by the National Recycling Coalition. The day is declared each year in the United States by presidential proclamation, which encourages Americans to recycle and was nationally recognized in 2009. National Recycling Day was hosted by the Keep America Beautiful initiative. Well, we have recycling here, and so we recycle. It's not as in some countries. You do recycle. Period. If you don't separate your waste, it is voluntary here, really, in this country. But in some countries, if you don't recycle, if you don't separate your food waste from your trash, from your recycles, and you have to separate your recycles with papers and plastics, and you get in trouble. I think it's really important to do. So I think we need to let's recycle, and I need to get better at it. And that's one of the things that they say to how to celebrate is to get into the recycling habit. It is so easy just to throw that can in the garbage can and not think twice about it. You have to rinse it out. You have to deal with all this stuff. But I think it would be important. I just need to get better at recycling. I think everybody should. And Squeak is here just stopping by to say hi. Hi, love y'all. Um, well, thank you. Thank you. And I thank you from the chat, even though you probably don't hear me. And if you don't recycle in Germany, they will fine you dearly. If you do it again and don't pay your fine, you'll go into jail. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Some places are really sick. A lot of countries are very serious about recycling. Um, we're not here. We just kind of get, please recycle. So we got some hellos to Squeaka in the chat here. Hello and hello. So yes. Well, how appropriate that Squeaka, who is a teacher, is here. Our next one is National Educational Support Professionals Day. And it says, when you think of educational support professionals, most people will think of teachers. And absolutely, they're part of it. But the truth is that there's so many other people that make up national educational support professionals. And they are the bus drivers. There are people who clean the buildings, prepare the meals, bandage the scraped knees. Um, there are just so many. And with the teachers and all these people, today is a day to recognize them and give them some support. They work long hours, and the main activity they have is for the students. So we need to give them their thanks for their hard work and services to their schools and students. So I thank Squeaka for all the work she does for her students and every other national educational support professional that's there. That is a mouthful of words. And how can you support them? It's by saying thank you to them and appreciating all the work that they do. And this next day is one of my favorite days. It is National Bunt Day. I think most people, they say everyone, I don't agree with that. I think most people love a good piece of cake. And I truly think this. I think the best cake is a bundt cake. A bundt cake isn't a particular flavor or anything. A bundt cake is the shape of the pan that you use. Number one, it's just easier. Oh, ooh, I'm gonna stop and start over. Can you believe that I was a professor for 12 years here at the National University? I mean, who had the idea to put someone like me in front of innocent students for over a decade? Oh, come now. I'm sure you were a wonderful professor. I'm sure you didn't corrupt those poor children at all. You did a wonderful job. I am absolutely sure of that. And I think I will make you a bundt cake in that honor, Masters, today. And I'll talk about it tomorrow. So, yes, a bundt cake. Oh, Atwood's going completely a cookie cake. Cookie cakes are good. I do admit that. But if I was going to have like a cake that was made out of cake batter, I like a bundt cake. Number one, it's easier. You mix it up, you put it in one pan, and you bake it, and and then it's done. You put a little frosting on it. Usually, you put a little glaze on a bundt cake instead of doing like the thick frosting. Ah, delicious, delicious. But so a bundt cake is not the cake ingredients; it's the pan. And I have some really, really neat bundt cake pans. And you can buy some that are like look like little towns. When you take it out, it's like little houses on it. There's some crazy, insane bundt pans there. No, bundt, not butt. It's not a butt cake. It's a bundt cake. Bundt, bundt. So the history of the bundt pan. So the bundt pancake The bundt cake pan was designed to help in the preparation of cakes because before you used to make layers and then you had to put the layers together and then you frost the cake. So it's a ring-like shape and it creates an even cooking surface that allows heat to be distributed better throughout the whole cake. Aside from this one distinguishing feature, a bundt cake is merely a cake made in a bundt pan. This the design first became popular. The bundt cake has been used for all sorts of culinary treats. So you can use the bundt pan to make jello molds, cakes, ice cream cakes, and even certain concoctions of fruit. Uh, you can put in and make using a bundt pan. But when a cake is prepared in the bundt pan, there's certain traditional methods of preparing it, and these tend to take precedence, and so that you can see the beauty of the pan. Because, like I say, I've got some that are absolutely gorgeous, and I am looking at the chat and I'm going, I shake my head. Yes, yes. And what about a bundt cake in the shape of a butt? A butt bundt cake. Atwood, it would be interesting to see. That's all I'm going to say. But a bundt cake has a hole in the middle. Oh gosh, never mind. This is just going to go so south so quick. So I'm just going to kind of stop talking about the butt pan on with butt bundt pans. I'm going to stop. But so anyway, you make the bundt cake, and they're beautiful shapes, and you can get some gorgeous ones. But one of the traditions is, like you say, when you frost it, you don't put a thick layer of frosting on it. Sometimes I still do, but the tradition is that you just put some uh, powdered sugar on top, or a little glaze so it kind of drips down. Um, and it's just so good. You don't put it much more on it. So you can really taste the flavor of the cake, and you get the little sweetness from the frosting. They were not really popular when they first were created. Uh, some American businessmen took steps to increase the popularity of the cake, but it took nearly 20 years of them having this product before it got any sales. And it got sales. It started getting uh, selling at a Pillsbury Bake Off when someone created the tunnel of fudge cake, and they got 200,000 requests for the pan. So, okay, I finished talking about that. Let's see what tomfoolery has happened. Um, so Atwood talked about the butt bundt cake. And Beaver Mo says he's on to something. And Masters, I want a shirt now. National Butt Cake Day celebration. Oh my gosh. It's funny. Ha ha. Ha ha. Funny laughing. You guys. And then Mrs. Can we have a bunt, bunt cake tonight? Yes, I am staying PG-13. Thank you very much. I was planning on making a bunt cake today. Yes, I was. So, yes. But it's a bunt cake. We will see. Yes, the stream is derailed. Yes, a beautifully shaped bunt is always good. Yes. We'll just let that one percolate a little bit before I go to the next one. Because the next one was yeah, somebody actually caught on to what I said when as soon as I said it, I knew I shouldn't have. A beautifully shaped bunt is always good. And here comes the next comment with a hole in the middle. Yes. And I'm asked, is it nice and round? Ha ha ha, you guys. No, Masters, I was trying to be nice and get a cake too. Or a lemon cake. Ooh, maybe I'll make a lemon cake. Ooh, or a chocolate cake. We'll see. And Stunning does enjoy drawing bundt cakes. Oh my gosh. You guys are hilarious. Nice, round, firm bundt from a beautiful pan. You're all talking about cakes, and that's lovely. I'm so happy you guys are showing your culinary side. That is so exciting because not you don't always get this in chats. You don't always get this in chats. And so I'm so happy that you're embracing the inner chef in all of you. Um, so I will do a bundt cake today, and I will take a picture of it and show you my bundt cake tomorrow. And we will still stay PG-13 when I show you my bundt cake tomorrow. Okie dokie now. It is an hour and 16 minutes into the stream, so it is now 10:16 in the morning here on the East Coast. I have how many people here? I have 7 people watching on YouTube. I have one person watching on Twitch, which I think is me. So, hello, me on Twitch. I have 8 likes. Thank you so much for that. Um, and whoops, whoops, 1 second. I hit the wrong button here. Um, why is it not doing that? Why will it not let me do that? Oh, I thought I was on StreamYards and I was trying to put this uh, one of the chats up, and I was on YouTube and it wouldn't let me do it. Go figure, because I was checking something out. Yes, a nice round firm bundt from a beautiful pan. And then Atwood goes, nice round firm bundt. Oh, wait, let me find it. Where'd it go? Sure, it's a pan and not a platter. It's a pan. And embrace the bundt cake. I mean, bundt cake. Exactly. Exactly. So I'm going to show my bundt cake. Oh boy. No, I'm going to show my bundt cake. Oh goodness. And yes, why do you think of Jennifer Lopez? I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm going to feign innocence on that. And applause for that tasty remark, Stunning. Hey, I get to live with that bundt cake. I'm a very blessed man. Okay, enough of the bundt cake. Oh my goodness. That is, you guys are so funny. You probably could talk about this for another 10 minutes, but we are going to go on into our last celebration, which is Steve Irwin Day. If anybody remembers Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter, he inspired people all over the world to get more interested in the animals that occupy their lands. He was an Australian animal lover and conservationist who established wildlife warriors to care for and support animals who might be at risk or in danger in Australia, as well as all over the world. He established, Steve Irwin Day was established by the Australian Zoo in 2007. Oh gosh. Hey, it's hump day. What do you expect? You're on fire today, Stunning. Yes, I think if it keeps going, it's going to leave that PG-13 uh, vent. So we're just going to go on, and we're now talking about Steve Irwin. So Steve Irwin Day was established by the Australian Zoo in 2007. It was the year following his death. It's meant to honor and celebrate his legacy. Since his family, Irwin's family, was instrumental in founding the zoo, he is close to their hearts. In 1970, when Steve was only 8 years old, his family moved to Queensland, where they opened a reptile park. that would eventually become the Australian Zoo. Today, the Wildlife Warriors program that was started by Steve and his wife Terry in 2002 continues to support and keep alive the dream of taking care of as many animals as possible. Oh, hello, Cronus. Hey, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. We are on our What to Celebrate days. So I'm so glad that you're here. I know. I'm just kind of. Sometimes if you pretend it's not there, um, it goes away. You can celebrate Steve Irwin. You can celebrate Steve Irwin Day by sticking your leg into a Croc's mouth, or you can buy a pair of Crocs and wear them, and that's a lot safer. We have some Crotos here. I am not even. Oh gosh, another. Whoops! Oh, look, there's the Haymasters. Let's see, where the chat jumped on me. Wait, where's a whoopee cushion when you need one? And stunning is a living whoopee cushion. Does that mean? Well, I'm not even going to go there. And Cronus is a fan of whoopee. and, and Agent, let's celebrate Steve Irwin Day with Mrs. Butt Bunt Cake served on a silver platter. Oh, okay, okay, yes, we will. So, Steve Irwin Day. Um, it falls on November 15th, which is not Steve Irwin's birthday, but it's the day that celebrates the birth of one of Irwin's favorite animals, Harriet the Galap- Galapagos land tortoise, who lived to be a whopping 175 years old. So, how can we celebrate Steve Irwin Day? Well, you can watch some of his old shows. Um, the Crocodile Hunter. You can make a donation to Wildlife Warriors, or you can go check out your local zoo and support them. So, Steve Irwin Day. Let's let's see. Okay, I think the whole Whoopi thing started. Someone made a Whoopi Goldberg comment. Hmm. So let's see where. And then AJ says, "Are you related to? Sure, you're not related to Whoopi Goldberg?" And Cronus not a fan. And Stunning says, "Certainly hope not." Cronus shakes his head, not a fan either. LOL. But time to move beyond the bunt cakes now. No, now we're on Whoopi Goldberg apparently. Oh, I don't know. I don't think they have that day. Whoopi, like, well, never mind. 9 people on YouTube. Thank you, and please hit the like button. Swimming with in the ocean is probably not a good way to celebrate Steve Irwin Day. Yes, consider yes, I agree totally. I got to, there was a when I was younger. I've told this story. I was at my grandparents, and they lived in Tampa Bay, and there was a little water in the by their house, and they had a boat, and they had this rowboat, and we would go and just kind of row out to the center of the area. It wasn't real big, but it was fun to kind of be out there, and I would just kind of sit and chill. Well, I went out there one time, and a group, I don't know what they're called, but a group of manatees, not manatees, a group of stingrays. I don't know why, they're completely different animals. A group of stingrays decided to go into the bay. And there was probably like 10, 11 of them swimming, and they were swimming and they were hitting the boat, and and they would kind of jump a little bit out of the water, and you would see how they would bend their like their wing things, and you would see the tips of them over the water, and it was so scary. And and I didn't know at the time that they had poisonous stingers. I would have just totally lost it if I knew that. But yeah, I encountered a a group of stingrays in Tampa Bay, Florida, when I was younger, and I was in a rowboat in the middle of the bay, just chilling out, and they were hitting the bottom of the boat. It was scary, but yeah, I was so glad I didn't know that they were poisonous then. Um, so yeah, we seem to have a little bit of whoopee mania here. So we're just gonna let you guys deal with that in the chat, and I am going to put this one. Celebrate Steve Irwin and say, put on your croc leather cowboy boots. As long as they were legally hunted, then I'm okay with that. But if they were poached, I'm not okay with that. Oh goodness, you guys are so silly. You guys are so silly. Well, it's 1 hour and 26 minutes into the show. So it is now 10:26 Eastern Time. I have 10 people watching. I have 9 people watching on YouTube, and I have 9 likes. Thank you, everybody, for liking. Yay! I appreciate that. And I have 1 viewer on Twitch, which is me. Hello, me. So glad you're here. And yes. Oh, wait, here we go. Got a comment on the rays are pretty cool. If I remember correctly, I think SeaWorld has one of those small areas they keep little rays in and you can handle them. We actually had one at our zoo uh, that you could go and pet them, but obviously they were safe to do. Um, But yeah, and they were, and if you held food on your hand, they would come over you, and it felt like a vacuum cleaner sucking up the food. It was really cool. But I think those things are neat, but I sometimes worry how much stress that causes on the animals because that's not where they're wild animals, and we kind of have them in there, and we're touching them and invading their space, and I worry about, like I say, I worry about the stress of them. So I don't know what you messed up with, but I'm sorry. And thank you. That would be great. My goal is I would like to get 50 by next Monday, but I don't think that's going to happen. But my realistic goal is to get 40, and I think that could happen. Never went to SeaWorld. SeaWorld used to just be, it's the one in Florida, used to just be like a conservation. They would have the dolphin shows, and they would have all the research and do all the stuff there. And then it kind of became a park also where they'd have rides and uh, performances and stuff like that. SeaWorld is kind of fun to go to. And that's why you sure dinos should have free reign in the park. I loved it when our zoo finally took and made, like, for the African exhibit, they just made a um, big grassy plain. It's huge, and all the animals are in there, and they have there are some barrier fences and things, but they're very discreet, and the animals get to roam free. I love that so much better. I remember zoos when I was little. I would go, and they were like cement enclosures, and I was sad for them even then, and I didn't realize that there were other things you could do. But yeah, I really think that. Yeah, yes, I'm going a little long today because I had so many events, and you guys went crazy over the bunt pans. Yeah, Yes, you could pet them. That's yes. You thought about it too, about the rowdy kids screaming and splashing around. Uh, yeah, I just and I even thought about that as a kid. And Stunning just wants his Rex to be as comfortable as possible. Stunning does uh, a, a a game where he's creating a world with dinosaurs. And Master says we're pushing for 50. Okay, so I will just say 50 from now on. 50. Dolphins want to take over the world. Well, you know what? Dolphins are smart enough they could take over the world. They're very smart creatures. And Stunning's Rex gets a free buffet out of it too. Well, I guess whatever's there. And yes, goodbye and thank you for all the fish. I know where that's from. Yes, I actually read all those books. I loved them. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Mhm. Yes, they are mammals. You are correct. Later, masters. I might stream some more Jurassic World later tonight. Oh, cool. That would be cool to see. And oh, we're starting. Oh well, Megatron. I won't go to your buffet if there's no butt cakes. Well, Stunning, you are now going to be known for the butt cake. And Dolphins took over in The Simpsons too. Well, I tell you, if you've never read The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, I would recommend reading them. Douglas Adams, they're hilarious. I really, really enjoyed them. If you can't, I would recommend trying to find the radio show that was years and years and years ago. Um, the movie, okay, but try read if you have time, try reading the books. I really, really enjoyed them. Um, Douglas Adams was is very, very funny. His books are very, very funny. Well, we have gone tremendously long today. An hour and 32 minutes. It's 10:32 here on the East Coast. So now it's time for what? Segment 4, shameless promotion. So here we go. Here we go with the shameless promotions. I am here every morning at 9 a.m. with my morning musings with Mrs. DadmanWalking55. You just saw the show. We have a good time. We talk about birthdays. We have some memes. And it seems like the big thing is the celebrations. We just love getting into talking about the celebrations and stuff. So that's every morning at 9 a.m. Come get your daily dose of positivity. So thank you. I thank you all that are here, and I really appreciate that. Today at 1 p.m., I am going to be doing my build. I usually do it at 6 p.m. in the evening, but I am changing the time to 1 p.m. We are going to be building the Northern Cardinal. This was, I believe, the second place in one of the polls that we did. Um, so yes, 1 o'clock today. The reason I'm doing it 1 o'clock today is because Dadman has a special stream tonight at 8 o'clock. Him and Miss Daisy Blossom are going to be talking about the wonderful, the most bestest Indiana Jones movie ever, not Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. So join them tonight at 8 o'clock as they review this movie, if we can call it a movie. I do have impromptu builds. I don't know when they are, hence the word impromptu. They're called I'm bored, so let's build something. Follow me on Twitter at mdadmanwalking to find out dates and times. I try to give at least 30 minutes notice because it takes me that time to get everything set up for the stream, and join me on those. I do have a Ko-fi. It is a donation site. If you would like to support the channel, you can go to Ko-fi. One second. You can go to Ko-fi.com, Mrs.DadmanWalking55, and you can support my channel. It's not required. It's appreciated. I love you guys no more, no less, whether you do or don't. So it's there if you would like to support me. I'm not monetized on any of the channels, so this is one of the ways that I can get support if you want to do that. Before I go on, Kronos did. This is not the last Indiana movie. This is the fourth one. So I guess there's five. Yeah, the last one. And David says, "Thank you. It's going to be something tonight. Not sure what." And yeah, that we didn't watch it either. I don't care about watching it. And Cronus, have a good day. Everybody stay safe. Thank you. So you can support me on the Ko-fi site if you would like to. Also, I have a wish list on Throne. It's a privacy first wish list, means that your information is kept private, and my information is kept private. So you can feel safe. If you want to buy me a gift from my wish list, if you want to go over there and look at it, like saying, just kind of peek into my brain about stuff that I like or whatever. I do have tons of building block builds on here. I basically took my Amazon wish list for building blocks and put it on this list. Uh, there are some really cool ones on there. If you want to get one and gift me with it, I will prioritize and build it on the stream. So it's there if you'd like to go look at it. I would appreciate it. I have live streams and my video on demands. My VODs are on YouTube and Twitch. YouTube.com at Mrs.DadmanWalking55. Twitch.tv at twitch.tv/Mrs.DadmanWalking. Oh, you're welcome very much. You're very much. Yes, I have laughed a lot today too. And Stunning wants a T-Rex skull. That would be very interesting. Who has Legos? Stunning does. Kronos is just chuckling. I'm surprised at how many people. I love Legos. Legos are so much fun. But you can check my streaming schedule out on Twitter, or which it is now known as X, at MDadmanWalking. All these addresses are different. If you don't want to remember them all, you can go to the About page on my YouTube or my Twitch, and I have all of these links listed there. So let's finish the chat here real quick and catch up on that before I say my goodbyes. Cronus asks, who has Skeletor? And Masters has Skeletor. No, try walking on Legos. No, I think that's a torture device. I have walked on them. I don't recommend it. So I don't know if Stunning is saying that he has the Skeletor or if he has walked on Legos. I'm not sure what that response is to. And I think anybody that owns Legos has walked on Legos. I think so a lot. I was waiting to see if oh, yes, I was waiting for that. It was walked on Legos. He has walked on Legos. Yes, I think everybody that has Legos has walked on them at some point in their life. So, everybody, thank you so much for coming today. I really, really, yes, the sharp corners are annoying. They really do hurt when you step on them. I agree. I agree totally. So, on that note, I am going to say, see you next time. And remember to be kind, show love, and remember that you're not promised tomorrow. So, go to bed each night with no regrets. And I wish you all peace. Bye bye. See you at 1 o'clock.